Welcome to the Sunday morning simulcast with Rom Wills. Be open for new ways of doing things. And you know what? Yeah, that was kind of inspired by something personal because, and not a bad personal thing, because I had a certain rhythm to how I did my podcast videos, all the stuff I do for my numerous sites. And actually, this whole pandemic has thrown me off. Because my rhythm had to change. I used to go to 2 different gyms during the day and, hang out in different places, hit some restaurants up, maybe walk a mall, do a bunch of social stuff. Can't do most of that now. So I was like, what am I going to do? Let me sit home and just actually do my work. And it was like, wait a minute, this is changing my rhythm. Now I'm actually getting more done. Extra stuff. Ideas are coming up. And, I was thinking about that. I was like, this ain't bad. One of the things going through life is that we get into a routine. We get into a rhythm. There's nothing wrong with that because it's efficient. You know what you're doing and everything. But you know what? Always be open to doing something a different way. Always be open to it. One, it could be actually a better way of doing it. I mean, yeah, what you were doing at first worked, but then you do something new. It's like, hey, you know what? This works better. It's not the same thing. That working is hard. Seriously, it could happen that way. Or what you were doing, the ways you were doing certain things at first, you know what? You were still having fun. But you know what? I don't care what it is. I don't care what you do. There's always a routine. Like when I would go to the gym, sometimes I would just, even when the gyms were open, sometimes I would take a week off or something. And even when I was, just to, sit back and then come back in fresh and everything, because I don't care how much fun something is, it gets boring. It gets to a point you don't really feel like doing it anymore because it's the same thing day in and day out, and it's no matter what you do, you got to switch it up, just for those reasons. Just to give something new, to do it a new way. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a better way. It could be both of them could be equal, but it's different. Because that's one thing about human beings. We need constant stimulation. We do. There's nothing wrong with that. I know some people would rather stay with the same thing, but sometimes when you see something new or be open to doing new ways of doing things, it can really help you because ultimately, what we all here to do, grow. We either doing one thing, we either growing up, spiraling up, or we're spiraling down. But sometimes we might just spiral in place. And actually, even beyond that, we could be not going anywhere because we're doing everything the same. We're looking at it the same. We're in that same rhythm. So we stay in there and it's comfortable, but we're not growing. We're not looking at anything. And this is in any area of life. It don't matter what it is. It could be, new ways of making love. Seriously, it could be new ways of making love. It could be new ways that you're driving to work. Trying different foods. Going on trips, visiting places you haven't been before. And even being open to how you're thinking about certain things. Let me dwell on that one a bit. Sometimes it's nothing wrong with being introduced a new way of thinking or a new way of perceiving a particular thing. There's nothing wrong with it at all. And it's not to say what you were doing was wrong, but what you would do is when you get new ways, sometimes you can see a different angle to it. And you might be able to solve the problem because a lot of times when we come across things, we're approaching it from a certain angle, a certain thought process. And, it probably serves us most of the time. Well, especially if it don't, definitely think of something new. But if it serves us, we stick with it. But sometimes it's not bad to add something to it because then it can expand your possible responses to it in new ways. It's always good to see things in a different way because it opens up a whole new world. Doing things in a different way opens up a whole new world. Cooking things in a certain way. I mean, everything. Okay, let me use cooking. We all like to eat. There's different ways I would like cook stuff. I was like, let me try it this way, or let me bake it. Like I'm always known for talking about buffalo wings. I haven't fried buffalo wings since late '80s. When I'm cooking them myself. I haven't fried any chicken or anything like that since the late '80s. Always bake it. Because one day, what was it? Oh, yeah, I ain't feel like going out and get some grease or something, or, some, cooking oil. Right? Didn't feel like going out and cooking oil. I said, shoot, I'll just bake it in the oven. Tasted great. I was like, oh, wow. It's always something new. And it's always exciting to learn something new and to do things because it keeps stimulating your spirit. And that's the main thing. So always be open for new ways of doing things. So have a great Sunday morning. Keep rising and transforming. Peace.